see
another one of these.
We're hot off the tail of the last review, which was just draining as hell.
Yeah, we're.
And I just told him, I was like, I don't even want to do another one. I'm done.
Okay, so
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Woo!
All right.
Hopefully,
I hope it's good.
I'm sure.
I was telling him yesterday, actually, I'm not super big on these.
Okay, I was telling him
He
I
never
haven't
even
seen the first two. So all you people out there, leave a comment about how stupid I am for not watching either of the other movies.
Yeah, like I remember they're violent and rated R, and
and good fun,
good
dialogue.
action. But I just remember it feels super hollow, like both of them.
Really?
Like there's just not enough. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even.
It's missing heart. Some kind of emotional
it's like
thing,
it's missing like characters or something.
Oh.
Like the universe doesn't feel right. It's not.
Oh.
I don't know. Like they could only. There's a joke about them only being able to afford like one X-Men.
That's about right. And now we have a budget of 2. Well,
yeah.
It's still 1, but Deadpool's
I don't know. I actually have like a couple copies of X-Force 1.
Oh wow, this was probably
from way back in the day, because Deadpool's like a villain slash.
Yeah, what's his story? I don't
It's
even.
like anti-hero of like
right,
he's the villain or one of the villains, like a mercenary who fights X-Force.
Oh.
Like Shatterstar was like his arch enemy.
Got it.
Anyway, and like Cable's in the second one with some time travel and shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like it. It's kind of
stuff.
fucking boring too.
Just like
I think.
meh.
I don't know. Like I said, I see them both, and I just wasn't super impressed. I don't know.
Totes them as being so good.
They changed the game with superhero movies.
Whoa,
motherfucker!
did they though?
Oh, drop the mic and I don't know. I didn't think so. I'm also so burnt out on these fucking movies.
They're still milking.
Did you hear that? Fucking, they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back to the MCU.
Back from the dead?
Nope, to play Dr. Doom.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah,
give someone else a chance. What the fuck,
dude? Well, first
he's
of
like
all,
a billionaire.
First of all,
Jesus,
you'll save about $50 million if you don't have him.
They're gonna pay him like probably $25 million to be Dr. Doom.
You don't want him. Why would you do that?
Anyone. Just give someone a chance.
Anyone.
Give someone a chance to make that kind of whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I really like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he's great. Shoot.
I like Ryan Reynolds, except for in that movie If. It sucked. He was terrible in it.
He wasn't that good.
I think he was awful.
I think the character in the entire world sucked. He was just a part
I'm so
of it.
clumsy. Anyway, I hope he's, I don't know. I hope. What I gather from the trailer is that Wolverine's super angry and pissed off and just super serious, so
yeah,
it probably won't be that much fun.
Well, there'll be a contrast of like, because he's lighthearted and he's always cracking the jokes, and what does he crack about? He only makes jokes about Wolverine. That's what it's going to be. He's going to be his punching bag.
We saw that one thing a million times in the beginning of a movie where it's like, Deadpool and Wolverine, like, you better put away your fucking phones or I'm going to shove that fucking so far up your ass. And it's like, okay, that's kind of funny. Have the fourth time.
No, it's not. It's not.
The fourth time, it definitely was not.
You could have written something more clever than shove it up your fucking ass. Just because it's Wolverine
so
saying
far up your
it
ass
doesn't make it funny.
Yeah.
Right. That's the problem. Like, so I don't know. If you would have said something about one of his
I honestly
blades.
don't have much else to say about this, so we're gonna go see it.
Oh, expectations. I bet you. I'm gonna
6?
say probably a 6 for me.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Here's my problem: is I already know it's a multiverse movie because there's like the TVA from Loki. You ever see Loki? The Time Variance Authority or something. So it's like it's the Time Police. So it's so it's like
one of those.
Yeah. So it's like different. It's a multiverse. So who knows what to expect with like cameos and shit.
That's only fun in Rick and Morty. End of story. We're done here.
Yeah, I'm getting really burnt out on multiverse stuff.
Fuck that. It's cool, but like you can't overdo it, and like the more you add to it, the more you ruin it. Like, that's just how it is. It's just like doing any kind of time travel at all instantly fucks up anything.
That's why,
like in terms of like
Endgame
plot
could have been like
a
10
instantly.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Could have been like a 10. But like it's time travel, so I just can't give it more than a 7.
It's you fucked up. You fucked up.
Oh, and you couldn't figure out, you have time stones and shit, you couldn't have figured out a way to write that into it, you fuck faces. Anyway.
Tell us how you really feel, Chop.
Yeah.
Okay, well anyway.
I've had enough, so.
Yeah, we will report back to you in just a few.
Some time later, yeah. Ready, Freddy? Hi, back. We saw it.
We did.
I thought it was a good time, for sure.
I had a lot of laughs. It is a very funny movie. They're all funny movies from what I gather. I have
best end credits ever.
Yep. After credit
that actually made my whole day.
Was like chef's kiss.
So we just saw Trap before this.
Yep.
And I went into this so tired and so like abysmally like melancholy, like oh god,
like defeated.
Like I'm gonna watch another fucking movie? Are you kidding me?
We're walking there. He's like, "Why do we do this?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Ask me."
And I sat down. I was like, I was just getting
well,
like, oh, man, maybe I could sleep right now because it's those dream loungers.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
And I was like, oh god, like I don't know. I went in so annoyed, and within the first 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm into this.
Yep.
Good deal.
It pulls you in right away.
Yeah.
It definitely pulls you in right away. I feel like the action to blabber levels was a great ratio because both were good. Mm-hmm. And when they were blabbering, it was still like, it's Deadpool.
I have one problem, but it's a comic book.
I have a few things.
It's a comic book movie, so who gives a shit? But one major one was that.
Uh-oh, spoilers?
No. Okay. They get stabbed and shot so many times. They wouldn't have outfits.
Oh yeah, they spend a huge portion of the movie carving each other up. Yeah. And so they have these suits, and you're like,
and then there's like a couple Wolverine claws and a couple things, and like
kids.
And I was like,
they'd be naked running around. They get stabbed in the junk repeatedly. In the fucking
like Deadpool got stabbed by Wolverine maybe 80 or 100 times.
If you ask me, he lost that fight.
Yeah, but he got 100 times. He got stabbed.
Yeah. It was rough.
He lost both fights, I think.
Yeah, you can't.
It was 2 fights, but whatever.
Yeah, that's
neither here nor there.
Spoilers, no.
So what do you think about the villain?
So that was one of the things I was going to touch on because I feel like the motivations of the villain are way subpar. I think her wanting to destroy all other universes so that only the Void exists where she lives.
Yeah.
Is the dumbest thing because the only thing that she gets to play with is shit from other universes getting thrown into the Void.
Correct.
So what is the whole point of what? Like, what are you going to do without any other universe? I thought it was really stupid. I thought her powers were cool.
Her whole thing was, she just she lives in the Void, and her, that's technically is a spoiler. It's like a twist.
Yeah, it's
whatever. Her and the TVA, they have an agreement that they'll send her fucking shit toys, basically.
Yep.
They'll send her people to enslave.
So she stays there, right? And doesn't go.
Correct. Yes, because she's so powerful.
Yeah, they're like, we'll just keep feeding.
And they sent her to the Void before she could walk, she said.
Yes. So
I was like, that's fucking weird. How do you get food in the Void?
I almost strangled Xavier in the womb with my umbilical cord. Fuck off. No, you didn't, you little bitch.
In the womb.
Or whatever fuck off. That's a joke.
That's such a joke.
Come on.
Anyway, so that's the villain. There's a bunch of cameos.
I liked her acting. I liked her powers and the way she was just
I liked her.
It was cool. She was great. Cool. I found her to be
She does this thing where she reaches in your head, and it was the coolest effect.
Oh, God.
Where she
her hands would just move through.
Deadpool calls it skull fucking or whatever.
Yep.
And,
I don't
know, her fingers come out your eyeballs, and she just...
you can see them underneath your flesh moving
coming
around.
Coming out your nose and shit.
Yeah, and
she's dragging...
around with... Yeah, it was really
dragging
cool.
people. What do you think about how fucking hardcore it was for gore?
It was pretty very visceral, very
movie, yeah.
When she strips that dude of his skin and everything, just I was like, wow! Just the sheer man hours I must have taken to just get all that to just look perfect.
Did you see how many? There's got to be 1,000 of digital artists.
Believe how many? Yeah, at the end, just watching the credits.
Yeah, I thought all the acting was good. I just have one problem with Wolverine, is that it felt forced. How many his F-bombs? fucking this. I'm not a fucking hero. I'm not a fucking. It just felt forced. Like just say another F-bomb in there. Like, I don't know, dude.
Like, there should be at least 11 in the scene.
Yeah, it's like everything he ever said is a fucking.
It didn't feel.
It felt forced to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, don't say it one time, and I would have rebounded. But he said fucking something every sentence.
So they were all like when he gets all.
I like F-bombs. I use them all the time. I love them.
Fucking time.
I love fucking F-bombs. I do, but it just felt like forced. I don't know.
I was not a veteran of these movies. I was a little shocked at the language that they were using, especially Deadpool. I was like, holy fuck. Even what's his name? Fantastic. Like at the end,
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, like Chris Evans. Just blah, blah, the shit coming out of his mouth. I was like, holy fuck.
It was awesome.
Like the writers are
job.
Really smart about their word choices.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And the deliveries of the actors, just that mixed together is just perfect.
I had a really good time. Like I said, I came into it just like, well, this is probably going to weigh on the movie.
I will say
I try not to.
There's a lot of fourth wall breaking, and I kind of wish it wasn't there. It's fine. I mean, I know that's
his character.
Yeah, but like I think, and one of them, he's like fucking headbutting the fucking.
There was a lot of rips on Fox.
And I thought that was pleasurable, very much so. That he started tearing apart, and even I think didn't he even say some bullshit about Disney, even though it's a Disney.
Yes.
He ripped on all of everyone, like all of the studios. He just tears.
He's like, Feige can't have us talk about cocaine.
Right. Oh my god.
There's a bunch of shit like that. It's pretty good.
It's a very adult movie for being in the Marvel universe.
Would you watch it again?
I totally would.
Are you gonna go watch 1 and 2 now?
No.
What? I mean, at some point,
I have so much better things to do. I'd have to do it with someone else.
Sure.
If not me alone, like maybe make a dinner for somebody and watch it or something. But
yeah.
But like I have other things to do. So, but that aside,
but we go see these fucking movies.
Well, yeah,
this
is our part. This is what we do.
This
is our hobby.
You're right.
This is different.
I know. I don't find myself ever going and like watching backlog movies.
I can't do it.
I watch so many movies as it is.
Yeah, and
it's like my quota is already up. Like
I'm
2
already
or 3 per weekend. That's so many.
It's a lot. So, but I would say that overall, I think this is a solid. It's not a perfect movie, clearly, but like it's got a lot. There's even some heart in there and some.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't like the Void because I find Voids boring.
Well, what was dumb about it is
the
Mad Max shit. Like they spent zero budget on that.
I know, that was terrible.
It was. I thought it was a parody and like a Mel Brooks scene who's ripping off another movie.
Did you see that
like
old
Spaceballs or something?
1960s Fantastic Four mobile that they were driving?
Oh, yeah. So, the big balls that were driving. I'm like, why is he dragging a couple pair of balls behind like these cages of like fuck? It was a ripping on that movie.
The cool thing I thought about the Void was they built their base in dead Ant-Man's body.
Yes.
So like he grew up and then he died while he was big, and then he died there.
They lived in his skull.
And they lived in his skull, and I thought that was really cool.
That was pretty neat.
And there's a good joke too. He's like, oh, fucking Paul Rudd finally aged. It's a skeleton.
he is.
There's a million one-liners.
There's so many.
If you like anything to do with pop culture, this is a hilarious movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I was laughing like every other
It's lighthearted between those really hardcore moments.
Third line, I gotta laugh.
Yeah, for sure. I think that even the music choices that they were picking for some of the fight scenes and shit, I was like a little bit Madonna here. And they're like, it's just like, oh god, this is.
They play a song from Grease. You're the one that I want.
Yeah.
Well, they're just murdering people. Blood.
Man.
There's so much blood, but it's all the fakest blood too. It's all CGI blood.
I loved when he was trying to do.
This guy's got his head blown off, and he's doing chest compressions. And it's squirting out every bullet hole.
So many bullet holes in him that it's just squirting out. And he's like, I'm not sure if he's gonna make it. That was pretty good. It's a fucking great movie for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Is it a? Yeah, we got it's coming
It's starting
down now.
to storm.
I don't know if this is
we're in a
like
parking ramp.
I'm in 7 territory for sure.
Sure.
I think it's probably. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 7.
7?
I think
That's
a
a
lot
solid
of people
answer.
would give it higher and all that, but like,
I will. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I think it's a deserved 8 because, well, for one, it got me out of my funk.
You all popped him right up.
I was enjoying it.
Like a plant
It was
that
a
just got
good
watered.
time. It was a good ride.
Yeah.
It was funny. It ended well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Beginning, middle, and end were solid. There wasn't.
Yeah, it
didn't
was not
drag too much.
slow-paced, too bad.
There's a couple draggy parts, like when they're in the diner, and I'm just like, just get over it. Like,
Yeah, they're trying to establish like.
they're like, I failed the team, one out of that.
Yeah, like all that.
Anyway,
shit.
spoilers. We've already spoiled some of it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Whatever.
So I find it really weird that they just, because I always, it's all foggy for me, like who is alive and who is dead and what from what movies
Oh,
and
yeah,
from
yeah.
whatever. So like, there's a lot of characters that are already dead or get killed in this movie because there's just there's a million of them. So like, why not? We can just off major characters because
Yeah.
there's a multiverse, right?
Correct.
So like I don't, so that got me a little lost, but I was like, cool, it's nice to see Juggernaut lose his ankles and like fucking his head get ripped off and shit. Like it was like, okay, that's fun. Like that was cool. Or Reed Richards or whatever, the Human Torch.
Oh yeah, you got his
He just gets
skin ripped off.
completely and done. So like I was, and we,
was graphic, too.
you know he hates that character.
Yeah.
Like it was there's no hiding the fact that they fucking hate that movie, even the writers, and
Yeah.
they picked on it a
And
little
then
bit.
they made it after he dies. That they made a joke about the budget being over anyway.
Yeah, like we
gotta
can't
get rid
afford
of
him. We gotta get him the
It's
fuck out of here.
Chris Evans, he
it's
cost
like
a bunch.
He's a lot. He's a prime
But
actor. So.
oh my god, then there's
so many.
about
fights.
like a third through the movie that we meet these. No, maybe it was about half. We meet fucking Elektra,
Yeah.
Blade, Gambit,
I will say,
and X-23 from the Logan movie. And it's like Elektra's
Gambit.
a terrible fucking character.
she's terrible. You know, it's
I was
really
ho-
weird.
I was
They
hoping
always
she'd
pick
die.
all of the characters that are melee characters. Notice that they're in Omega level.
And
people.
what the fuck happened to Blade's voice?
Well, I'll tell you what. He fucking shrank.
He shrank like a
He's
mutt.
just like, it's Wesley Snipes, but smaller. Like it just
I
looks
was like,
like a knockoff
man,
version.
my build is closer to his.
Yeah, he was tiny compared
Like,
to
he
his.
didn't work out or anything
No,
for
he
this.
just could throw him in a suit and whatever. Like he was gaunt and shit. He had a
Yeah,
white
maybe he's
beard.
got cancer or something horrible.
Probably.
But he talked really weird too. He didn't
And he
talk like
did that
himself.
stupid line that's in the end of Blade. Some motherfuckers always try to skate uphill. He said it again in this one.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah, he
that's
did
the
say that.
worst fucking line. That makes
Yeah.
zero sense.
I thought he was like,
Space Ice made clear. He's like, oh, that is the worst fucking. Like,
Yeah.
in case you haven't heard the worst, whatever. That's
yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, and Elektra, and then Gambit, played by Channing Tatum.
That was weird.
I thought it was awesome.
He did all right.
I
but
liked
I
it.
never thought.
He's like, I shot out my dick into my mom's vagina. He literally, Channing Tatum as Gambit
He nailed
says,
it. He nailed it.
I shot out my dad's dick into my mom's vagina.
Yeah, something
like,
about like
what?
how powerful it was. It was
Yeah,
some shit.
exactly.
Like, fuck.
It was weird.
Because they were talking about something.
And the other thing what was Elektra, Blade, and X-23 and Gambit's motives to help them? Because it's the right thing to do, because they weren't going back.
No, they were just buying
trying
time.
They were just trying to help.
Yeah,
Wolverine
They were
and
just living in
Deadpool.
the void, just living their own life. And be
Yeah.
like, we're fine. We have all this alcohol.
Yeah. It was just weird to me.
Yeah,
It didn't
the
seem like they had-
motivations aren't very clear, and I think they're actually kind of piss poor because it's like Logan feels so bad about I'm the worst, and so that's like
It's
becomes
funny.
his motivation. But
His
like,
story
and then Deadpool's
Isn't
is
even
also
that fucking bad.
what that he was drunk and couldn't.
He went to
save
the
his
bar,
X-Men. Yeah,
and he came home, and then like Sentinels wiped out the X-Men.
which is bullshit to begin with.
The fucking X-Men always whoop the Sentinels.
Yeah, they had never had a problem ever.
And Wolverine's just like, one more guy.
No, he's like, one more drink, they'll take care of it, and then something happens and they didn't. Like, fuck, like, I don't get it. So, and then it was a really terrible, like...
They didn't really explain it very well either. No. So...
He just cries about it a little bit.
He did cry a little bit about it.
And then, like, Deadpool's motivation, I want to matter. Like, I want to be...
That's the
He's tried to be an Avenger.
He wants to matter so that his ex-girlfriend, which, by the way, they're broken up.
Yeah.
They're back together at the end of Deadpool 2. Because she dies right at the beginning of Deadpool 2, as I recall.
Oh, God, I don't know.
And then he time travels back in time at the end
fuck the time traveling.
At the end of Deadpool 2 to save her.
Yeah.
And they're together. And then by this point, she breaks up with him because he doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got self-esteem issues and shit, so...
Overall, the more I talk about it, I don't think it's that great of a movie. It's just that I had fucking a good time.
Oh, it's full of action. That's really good action. There's some shaky cam moments, but most of it's
like these long shots of combat.
Yeah, there's one sequence. This is a pan shot amazing. Of just them walking through and just
they had to have a different director.
Yeah, you can tell
when they had the showdown at Ant-Man's skull. They had a big showdown.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's because
we just both looked at each other.
Sucks. and fucking Wesley Snipes is 80 years old.
That's what it is,
like,
too.
oh, because I was looking, I was like trying to track what they're doing, and even Wolverine's like... like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's shaky cam, so we can,
that's what it is, to cover up how bad they are.
You know what it probably was? It probably wasn't actually shaky cam. That's just an effect they added. Like, no, we gotta clean. That was bad, dude.
Horrible.
Turn it up all the way.
Jennifer Garner, you haven't been stretching, have you?
No.
Okay.
So what's the deal? So Villainous,
Cassandra
Xavier.
No, she had a different name. Nova.
Why? Isn't that fucking...
She should be an Xavier.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's fucking Charles Xavier's sister that tried to strangle him in the womb.
Trying to strangle her in the womb. Fuck that.
Anyway, she was good.
So she was great. But, I guess, Doctor Strange went to the Void and she ended up with one of his rings.
And she killed him and got his, like...
So... She opens the portal and they're like, we gotta jump and get in there right before the big void-eating monster comes and eats everyone, which I'm wondering, like, why isn't it killing her? And why isn't it killing all of her men?
Exactly.
Like, when they leave...
I think it might
Elektra and fucking all those guys there, like, are they dead now?
Oh, they are dead.
Are they dead? I think that's what happened. I think
because that thing came and ate everything.
Everything.
The void monster.
Yeah.
And then at the very end... They're all like, oh, it's all my family that I ever needed. And he's got that X-23.
Who somehow lived.
He convinced the TVA to go back and get her.
To bring her out of that world and,
something like that.
So, but what was really dumb to me is...
there's all these dumb things.
But there's still...
I stand by
you don't even care, though. You don't, because they're so minor. But, like, one of the things... Because you got to move the plot, and the jokes are so good. It's so ridiculous. They're so funny. So, they're in the street, and the portal's open... And they're doing their thing. It's open for a very long time. Why is it
for like ever?
Enough to get all of those Deadpools?
Hold on, it was enough for 2 people to walk
now
through.
It's 80 feet across.
and she didn't do the sling thing with the sling ring or whatever.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it cuts to a scene, and that portal is got to be like 80
massive. It's way bigger.
Or 100 feet across, and like 100 Deadpools come in.
Yeah, all these different versions of him.
And there's like, it's so dumb. There's like flying skull Deadpool. Like, how
it's whatever they could think of. It was a Deadpool character.
There was a Deadpool baby.
With the sassiest mouth ever, and whatever.
No, like that was a child.
Oh yeah,
that was a
one of them. Yeah, there was a baby,
but there was an actual baby with a Deadpool fucking pacifier,
and it's stupid mouth.
That was pretty dumb.
But they all come pouring out, and I'm like, first of all, they had to come from the void, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's that many. They kept saying there's so many here in Deadpools.
They're a dime a dozen because every TVA, like every universe,
get rid of that
fuck
fucker.
That guy.
He's trash.
He's fucking everything up. But it's kind of funny.
But they all show up at where the portal is.
Who called them?
Like, how did they know it was there? The void monster was just there.
It was her, that Cassandra. She said she'd be like, she called them. Remember, there was a line like,
because that makes way more sense.
Yeah, she like
So she summoned them all.
Remember,
Like,
they're mercenaries.
they are. Yeah.
Deadpool's a mercenary, so they'll do it for a price. So they came to help her or whatever.
Then, this movie is ridiculous because they have a prissy version of him in it.
A Deadpool with a ponytail.
And he doesn't wear a mask. He's all beautiful, long hair.
And he doesn't regenerate.
His armor is shiny, and he's got this ugly ass fucking raggedy
probably
dog.
The ugliest dog I've ever seen.
It's, you know, the ones with the tongue that hang out like this far down.
It was the crustiest, grossest dog I ever seen in my whole life.
Yep.
And I was like, just looking at it, I was like, oh God, I don't want to look.
It was so funny how their interaction was throughout the end, and then his untimely demise.
Yeah.
Where he just uses him as a human shield against all of the other Deadpools.
And he's like, boom. He's like,
when you
how long does it take to regenerate? And he's like, regenerate?
And he's just blood. It's so bloody.
Yeah.
He's so messy.
So the other villain is that TVA guy, right?
Yeah.
So I have a problem with that.
It starts all of that.
I hate that guy, and I don't really like TVA stuff much. But this guy comes in, and he's like, "You have a chance to make a difference." Blah 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 blah. It's almost like a heist movie where he's the guy that's organizing the team.
Yep,
and
he's putting together the heist and the team, and
then suddenly he just becomes the fucking villain.
Yeah, he ends up being kind of like the.
It was weird.
Yeah. Because you find out his motivations, you're like, oh, that's not.
And his motivations are lame too.
Yeah. Well, he
just wants an easier job at the TVA.
Yeah, he wants to move up, and he's like willing to do things that
are unethical.
Unethical, which is letting certain timelines die out.
Yes. No, instead of letting them die out, eradicating them right away.
Yeah, he's like, put them out of their misery.
So he doesn't have to deal with them.
Yeah, because it's less work for him to fucking patrol all that shit.
And the fucking weird thing is, like, you can go to any timeline at any time. From the start of time to end of time.
Yeah.
That's their whole they have these little gadgets. You watch...
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you guys watch Loki.
So it's like, they don't die off. It's just that, where are you on the timeline?
Exactly.
So every timeline will always exist forever no matter what. It's just, where are you in the timeline?
Yeah.
So like, what?
So who cares?
Right. Any of that time travel multiverse shit, it just wrecks entire fucking storylines. You can't write around it.
It's literally my least favorite thing of any movie ever.
As soon as there's time travel or
if this wasn't as funny as it was, it would like lose like all the points for that fucking time travel shit.
Yeah, it's fucking that's why I just couldn't give it an 8. I think it's got a lot of merit. It's got excellent acting. Excellent
all around,
excellent choreography. All the battle scenes are really.
Except for Blade.
Blade is so.
Everyone else is a good actor.
Is really dumb. He had a little fucking kukri knife he was using. Where's his fucking katana?
Oh yeah, he has a katana.
He's got an awesome.
They should have left him with his leather jacket. Then he wouldn't look so pussy.
Yes.
Have the leather jacket
or
and
like
the katana.
give him, puff him up a little bit with an outfit and the
whatever. He looked like a fucking.
He looked so tiny. I felt bad for him.
I did too. I was like,
you don't stand. Elektra's way bigger than you now. What happened?
Elektra was way bigger than him.
You're a walker, a day walker, and you can heal too.
He needs a walker. Fucking Blade. Get you.
He's got like knives on his fucking walker.
It's hard to use a walker uphill.
Some motherfuckers always trying to walk.
Some motherfuckers always trying to use a walker uphill. That's him.
Oh, that's so
stupid. Yeah, it was terrible. I thought Blade was
I didn't know why he's in the fucking. I know he's a. Why? He didn't have to be. They could have picked any. They wanted the street level ninja type people. That's what they wanted because that fits in with the power level of Deadpool and Wolverine, kind of, even though he's way tougher than all of them. So I don't know. It makes sense, but it's like they all chose guys that are totally useless against the villain for one. Nobody has any range attacks, not really, and nobody has any like powerful powers. They're all just like, I have skill. And that's it.
I'm a vampire.
Yeah, and I can be thrown through like 8 walls and get back up.
That's
the thing. I did find the very start of the movie to be confusing when he's digging, and it's just bones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't see Logan, did you?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He dies at the end of Logan.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of know the plot a little bit.
I think it's cool because he has adamantium bones.
Yeah.
So then Deadpool uses his skeleton as a weapon.
Yeah, that
kills
first
like a bunch of
opening
guys.
fight scene is just brutal, and he's just
A lot of
beating the shit out
stabs.
of and butt stabs where he's like that dude's bent over and he's like it's like what the fuck?
He's got his Wolverine's claws in his hand.
Deep in his ass, and he's trying to pull it out, and the guy's going
Just kill me!
Meanwhile, this arm is in somebody's dick, and he's like pulling on both of them, and they're like
It's pretty rough.
Fucking, I never
brutal.
thought they would do shit like that. That's
the
next
first
level
two
of.
Deadpools are pretty violent too.
Yeah, okay,
so.
but are they like humorous with that kind of shit? Okay, because that was just like, it was refreshing to see that franchise or that
I'll tell you this:
the IP taking it to that level.
Yeah, I like this one. If you can't tell, a lot more than the first two.
Better than the first two,
for sure.
What would you rate like the first two?
I don't know, 6, 7 stuff.
Okay,
but they're above average. But they just didn't seem right. I don't know. Like I said, hollow.
Were the villains better?
No.
Oh, so this was
Fuck
the best
no.
one. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so
yeah, I don't know.
I think we can wrap this up.
I think so too. I'd say it's worth a watch. I know anyone who's seen any of the other ones is definitely seeing them. I mean, these movies make a fuck ton of money.
For sure.
If
for
this
sure.
is their
rated. They always said, "Oh, rated R superhero movies aren't going to work," but they work.
Like, yeah, they totally work. That's actually what we want to see. I don't want to see no baby fucking, no blood, no fucking. We need way more blood to even. I mean, I sound like a fucking serial killer, but like, bring on the blood, right? But I mean, I definitely think that like the adult versions of superhero kind of movies have their place, and to open it up even more, I think that would be a smart move.
Have some rated R, because some Blade, the old movies.
Oh yeah, that was rated R.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, because they.
I'd hope so.
Well,
maybe they weren't.
When were they? Early '90s, mid '90s?
Mid to late '90s.
Mid to late. Yeah, you're probably right.
But whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, that aside, we're getting sidetracked. So yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe, bang the bell. If you've seen this,
I'm sure most people
think? Is this better than the other ones? Leave a comment. Let us know.
Yeah, we're a week late.
What you think? Yeah, we are way behind. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next vertical.
See you.
Slice.
Bam.